Hey, after a decade of helping hundreds and hundreds of chiropractors double, if not triple their income within a year, with more time off, loving being in practice, less insurance dependence, and without having to add expensive modalities, spend more money on marketing, or ever feel like a salesperson to your patients, I'm going to share with you in the next few minutes 4 of the dozens of strategies inside the patient mastery proven process that has good chiropractors who are stuck double and if not triple income by being the go-to healthcare trusted expert in your community. So let's get right into it. Number 1 always comes down to headspace. We call it tone over bone inside patient mastery. Tone is your headspace, it's your being, it's your intention, always comes before the bone, which is the words, the action, the strategy. Now, here's what I've discovered after years of helping chiropractors is a single headspace sabotage that no one's ever discussed in the field. I've written a book on it, and it's one of the primary reasons we see doctors accelerate their collections and earning potential and income once they've gotten over this one area. For some docs, it may be feeling like the redheaded stepchild to medicine. For other chiropractors, it's very normal to have grown up in a middle to lower socioeconomic class, and there's a lot of fears and anxieties around money or not knowing how to handle money, so life doesn't have it flow to you, or if it does, you sabotage yourself and you lose it. What this all relates to is called undeserving beliefs for the goals you have. So think about the practice, the ideal stats, the ideal life you want. Do you truly believe you deserve having it? And if you're not there yet, and if you're not steadily making progress to it, so if you've been stuck, you fundamentally don't believe you deserve it. And that's okay. There are many reasons that developed in childhood, youth, or in this profession, especially chiropractic. I've had undeserving beliefs, and what I've created over the years is a process to both create, develop, and strengthen your deserving beliefs, whether it's attracting more new patients, making the profits and income you want, your health, your relationships, how easy practice goes. You could literally learn that for free. Download the book at patientmastery.com, chapter 5. You can learn it and start doing it yourself. Inside Patient Mastery, we work with you one-to-one to uncover the undeserving beliefs that oftentimes your psyche won't even allow you to see that you have, so then you can't get through them. That's why staying on your own island is one of the biggest sabotages of being a chiropractor. And oftentimes when you're on your own island in practice, meaning not getting mentoring, not getting coaching, not part of an amazing community that's lifting you up and inspiring you, you stay stuck at the same level. However, practice expenses go up, personal expenses go up year after year. So if you're staying at the same level, what you take home, what you're able to save for retirement and knock out debts starts to get smaller and smaller every year. The bottom line is everything starts with headspace, mindset, and being able to believe you deserve the practice you're creating. So that's the first thing you need to switch, and chiropractors have more undeserving beliefs than most other professions based on what we have to deal with, and you know that if you're a chiropractor. Strategy 2. Mastering patient-centered communication. Now, what does that mean? Because it's not old school education. It's not drowning patients in education, trying to make them understand, accept, and agree with chiropractic, become a lifetime wellness patient from visit 3, or want to become a chiropractor themselves. Now, if that happens organically, great. It's not happening in the first 3 visits. You don't have to do the hour lay lecture. You don't have to have the spouse come in for the recommendations. You don't have to do a 45-minute report of findings. What happened in chiropractic is it started with education. After that failed to work when insurance started to decline, because it wasn't the education that was working, it was insurance pays for everything. Then it jumped to fear tactics. And if you're anything like me, you didn't get into chiropractic to say things to your patients that you wouldn't want to say to your own family member or mother or best friend or a medical doctor who knows about anatomy and physiology. So after that died out in the profession, then it turned to sales tactics and feeling like you gotta be a salesperson to patients. And again, you probably didn't get into chiropractic to wanna feel like you're swindling people. So patient communication, patient-centered, is bringing people from where they are to where they want to get to, rather than here's where you are, it's awful, and if you don't do anything about it, it's going to get a lot worse. It's fear tactics. I'm going to give you an example right now of how to start every single consult to position yourself as the leader and the trusted authority, and it's what we call in patient mastery the leadership statement. And it's when you as the doctor first introduce yourself to that new patient once they're already in the consult or exam room, they've already checked in, and this should be complimentary. Position yourself as the go-to by being able to have a conversation with anyone for free, and that conversation is going to want every single person wanting you to be their doctor, wanting to refer family and friends to you, and wanting to pay whatever your exam, especially when you don't deal with insurance. Here's how today's visit's going to go. And I'm saying it to the patient. Right there, you're establishing just authority and leadership. And that person's going to say, okay, doc's in charge. Here's how today's visit's going to go. I'm going to listen to everything you have to say. Now, how unique is that? Because all doctors are known for cutting patients off within 17 seconds. But patients want to unload what's going on with them on that first visit. So listen to them. And what you listen for, what we teach you, is going to be why they pay you more than you've ever been paid before. So here's how today's visit's going to go. I'm going to listen to everything you have to say. If at any point I feel there's someone better suited for your goals and needs, I'm going to show you exactly who that is. What did I just do there? That's trust, and that's unneediness. Unneediness is a patient attractor, but most chiropractors ooze of neediness. I need to see more volume. I need this new patient to sign up. I need to cover payroll and overhead this month. All that blah, blah, blah. Dispel that immediately. Next, if I feel we can help you, because they've got to qualify. You're not just there for everyone. This isn't a cookie cutter practice. You're not a hammer in there now. If I feel like we can help you, we'll move forward with the exam today. And quickly, within 10 seconds, you explain your exam process without overwhelming them, confusing them, or scaring them, talking about electric scans of the spine, talking about palpating them. They don't know what that means. Or I'm going to put you in a gown, male doctor to a female patient, and take a set of x-rays, and they're thinking they may have to get, undressed in front of you. So just quick 10 seconds to the point. And then it doesn't matter if you adjust on the first visit or wait for the second visit and gather your notes to present what's going on. You could do either one. Just let them know how it's going to be, how long the visit's going to be, and what's going to happen at the end. And if I find what I'm looking for, I'll tell you exactly what we're going to do to get you back to your life. And we could start with the first treatment or adjustment today, or I'm going to have you check out at the front desk with Jane, schedule an appointment, ideally within the next 2 days, where I can go over exactly what I found and show you the best course of action, get you back to your life. That's it. Those 5 sentences. Then we teach the 6-question consult, which will transform your retention and referrals the rest of your career. After the 6-question consult, you do an exam, and we show you exactly how to do certain aspects of the exam. Of course, every chiro is looking for different things. And then you finish off with a 5-step recommendations within 5 to 10 minutes max that you'd be proud to say to your own mother that a medical doctor will pay you out of pocket based on here's where you are, here's where you're going to get to. No fear tactics, no feeling like a salesperson, no drowning in patients in education, just being the trusted go-to healthcare authority in your town. So the leadership statement I already gave you, you go into the 6-question consult, exam, 5-step recommendations with our 1-page simple care plan paperwork that just makes it so easy for people to say, can we start today? Do you accept credit card? And the insurance conversation doesn't even have to be had outside of a couple sentences that lets them know they can get reimbursed directly. You're going to give them a receipt. Or if you take some of the insurance, this is what your insurance contributes. This is your responsibility. As simple as that. And we show you every word, every phrase, every position, every movement. Patient-centered communication wins in chiropractic today. Okay, number 3. Getting paid cash for your services and getting paid what you want to get paid. Now, what most likely you've created your fees based on is what insurance tells you a service is worth, what your neighboring colleagues are charging, what your colleagues that you're associated with, maybe you went to school with, maybe hang out in certain groups in chiropractic, what they're charging no matter where they are in the country. Another common reason is what your mentor, your technique mentor charges, but a little bit under the mentor because you're not as good as the mentor. All of these ways of creating your fees are what's causing patients to say, I need to think about it. Let me get back to you after the holidays. Let me get back to you after I take care of this. Let me talk to my spouse. As soon as you base your fees on other standards, other chiropractors, insurance, you have just put yourself in a box of being a commodity, even though you're not saying that, even though you're not saying, oh, my case fee or my adjustment fee is X because that's industry standard. People can feel it and it's already in the energy. And what happens? You've just inserted into your new patient's mind, I'm going to go see where I can get the same thing, the same service, the same decompression, the same adjustment for cheaper or less visits. Now, when you switch the conversation in your head to you charging, whether it's per visit or a case fee, not based on what's standard in the industry, not based on the amount of time you spent, not based on how hard it is to deliver that adjustment or that decompression or that shockwave or name your modality, not based on any of those, but purely based on a combination of, one, what do you want to make? And two, what's the difference in that patient's life? When you get the results they're looking for, when the back pain goes from a 9 out of 10 to a 0 out of 10 or 1 or 2 out of 10, and they can go out to dinner with their spouse, they can watch football not being in pain, they can do yard work and not have to hire someone else, they don't have to take days off from work. When you find out what getting their life back means to them, I guarantee whatever you want to make is going to be far less than what it's worth to them to be pain-free, healthy, have their mobility back, have their energy back. And when you match this perfect thing of what do I want to make and what feels like a steal for the difference in their life they're going to get, because if you're charging, whether it's $1,500, $2,500, $5,500, but for the next decade, they're not in pain, that's worth tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. So we show you how to create fees based on getting paid more than you've ever gotten, and people are happy to pay you because of how you position it, explain it, and show it on simple, easy paperwork that does not look like old school chiropractic timeshare sales and mortgage contracts, which is the traditional, 4 pages of overwhelming numbers that a new patient has to agree to and accept and understand to get care with you. We will show you how to get paid like the go-to trusted healthcare authority in your town. And you're going to make more money, help more people, have more time off, and love being a chiropractor. Okay, fourth out of the dozens of strategies, but one of the fourth most important is obviously right fit new patient attraction. No matter how amazing you are, you cannot just bank on referrals bringing you the amount of new patients every single month to have you keep hitting new collections and profit records. Referrals are great, they're just not every new patient source. Now, if you're stuck in that standard chiropractic sabotage of thinking you've got to pay a company to then promote $27 or $37 first visits with adjustments that attracts in tire kickers who don't want to pay and want all the results in one visit and never have to see you again, you don't. Like I said, we show you right fit new patient attraction without spending more on marketing, without ever offering promotions or deals you don't feel congruent with, or even if you're not paying a company to promote first visit offers you don't want to, are you paying a company to put stuff on social media that is generic and basic and not actually attracting in new patients? Or even worse, are you spending time and energy, or your CAs every day, posting stuff organically for the 11 people who may see it and aren't coming in, and you're draining your time and energy and resources thinking being on social media for the non-paid local organic reach that it's actually producing these days is driving in patients? You are behind the 8 ball. So let's look at a few things immediately that most chiropractors don't even do the basic foundations. First, on your website, do you have online scheduling that 9 p.m. on a Sunday night, someone can schedule in for Monday and Tuesday? Now, online scheduling is not send us your information and we'll get back to you the next day. Online scheduling is not you've got to create an account, check your email, create a password, and then log in. No, they're on to the next person. Online scheduling is name, phone number, email address, pick a day, pick a time, and it's set. Now, your CA is still going to call them and get that human connection, but they have to be able to schedule with you within 30 seconds and like 3 clicks. Otherwise, on to the next. Second, are you actively getting Google reviews? Like, not just that you're the highest in your area, but you're continuing to get reviews, even if you're at number 1, which you should be, because Google wants to see activity. And if you're not the highest in your area, so first off, you got to have at least 100. And most clinics now, if you want to be the tops in your area, you've got to be at 200 or 300 plus. Are you actively knowing how to get reviews easily from patients in your practice, through email, happy patients, all of that. Your CESU, fully trained, constantly getting new reviews. Is your Google My Business profile 100% filled out? Not just the name, address, phone number, not just that, everything. Frequently asked questions, pictures, updates, services, everything. Google My Business. Have you checked your page speed, especially on mobile? Because everyone is on mobile nowadays. And if your page speed is less than 80, 85 on mobile, you got to talk to your developer immediately, or whoever does your website, and get it above there. And for desktop, it better be over 90, 95. Speed, performance, all of that. On your website, along with the ability to book now, are you focused on your services, which not only the general public has no idea what half of chiropractor services are. I'm a chiropractor and I don't know half of what I see on chiropractors' websites. Are you focused on you and your services, which they don't care about and they don't understand, or are you focused on the conditions people are coming in with? You don't have to explain, you don't have to justify, you don't have to educate how you solve headaches or sciatica or anything. All you have to do is literally right on the homepage, list the conditions, put a picture of it. The second someone sees that condition, your picture, the call to action, which is schedule a complimentary consult with the doctor, click here to book now, they don't have to look elsewhere. You're the one. So are you showing up as the trusted authority on your website? Complimentary consult, immediately available to book, conditions over your services. So like I said, in a few minutes, there are 4 strategies out of dozens in the patient mastery proven process that we help awesome chiropractors double, if not triple profits within a year with more time off, love being in practice, and being recognized as the go-to trusted healthcare source. If you want help seeing what are the missing links in your practice that's keeping you stuck at your same collections year after year, even if they're good collections, that's who we help with. We help good chiropractors get to great levels of business owners. So if you want an under the hood evaluation and assessment of what are the 2 to 3 things that if you change, you will be bringing in easily another $20,000 a month, click the link on this page below here, set up a time with one of my coaches, and we will give you a free evaluation strategy call for what's going on in your practice to show you how to get to the next level. Thank you for watching. Thank you for doing what you do day in and day out, helping good people get better.